All right, so for this video, we're going to work on system of equations word problems, guys. So we've gone through graphing. Let me make this thicker. Graphing to solve systems. We've used substitution to solve systems. And we've used elimination to solve systems. Now we're going to actually take a look at some word problems that can be translated into two variable equations and systems, guys. Okay, so let's take a look at number one. It says the sum of two numbers is 30. So I know two numbers will equal to 30. That's what that tells me. And that difference is 12. Find the two numbers. So the two numbers will also equal to 12. But if I add these two numbers, it's going to equal to 30. If I subtract these two numbers, it's going to equal to 12. But the first thing I'm going to do, number one, is define my variable. So I'm going to let x equals to the first number I don't know. And I'm going to let y equal to the second number I don't know. I'm just going to put second unknown number, okay? So, but if I add those two numbers, it's going to equal 30. And if I subtract those two numbers, here's the second equation. If I subtract those two numbers, it's going to equal to 12. So one equation came from the sum of the two numbers is 30. That's where that one came from. And the other equation came from the difference of those same two numbers. And it says their difference is talking about x and y. That difference is 12. So I just kind of wrote the equation from those two statements. Well, both equations from those two statements. Or I wrote the system from those two statements, okay? All right, so just looking at this, I see that the easiest thing to use is elimination because I already have y coefficients that are different. That's a positive 1y and that's a negative 1y. If I use elimination, those will cancel. And 1x plus 1x is 2x, so I have 2x equals to 42. Divide both sides by 2, and I know that the first number I don't know is 21. Well, all you have to do is take that 21 and plug it back into either one of those equations, and I'm going to go with the top one. So it's going to be 21 plus something equals 30, and everybody knows that something will have to be 9. Y equals to 9. So my two numbers are an x of 21 and a y of 9. Now, you could have put 921. It doesn't have to be an ordered pair with this. I just need the two numbers, okay? So my two numbers here are 21 and 9 or 9 and 21. No particular order. I just need the two numbers. All right, let's take a look at 2. Oh, I want you to pause the video and you try 2 because 2 looks just like number 1. You pause the video and you try 2. All right, this is what you should have gotten. So from this expression, I can see that the sum of two numbers is 24, and yet their difference, let me do it in a different highlight. Their difference is still in dang on blue. The difference is 12, and it says, what are the two numbers? So I'm going to let x equal to the first unknown. And I'm going to let y equal to the second unknown. The second unknown number, I don't know it. But I do know if I add those two numbers, it's going to give me 24. And if I subtract those two numbers, I'm going to do it in a different color. And if I subtract those two numbers, it's going to give me 2. These are already opposite, so I end up with 2x equals to 26. And when I divide both sides by 2, I get an x of 13. So one number is 13. Take either one of those equations. I'm going to take the top one again. You could have chosen the bottom one. I don't care. Change x to 13. So 13 plus y equals 24. And when I subtract 13 from both sides, I get a y of 9. And let me make that 13 look better. I get a y of 9, guys. So my two numbers are 13 and 9. I'm not going to write it in order pair form. So I'm just going to put 13 and 9 on my two numbers, okay? Or you could put 9 and 13. It's not 13. It's 11. I'm sorry. I'm sure y'all are watching this video like, what is she doing? I don't know. All right, I'm having a moment. All right. So 13 and 11 or 11 and 13. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at 3. 3 says the difference between two numbers is 9. So I subtract them. I'm just going to equal 9. And then the second statement. So let me just say, I'm going to highlight this one. That's going to give you one equation. That'll give you equation 1. And this one is going to give you equation 2. The first number plus twice the other number is 27. Find the two numbers. Okay, so I'm going to let x equal to the first number I don't know. And then I'll let y equals to it's going to be the other number. Okay, other number I don't know. All right, the difference between the two numbers is 9. So I'm going to say x minus y is 9. That's going to give me that one in green. And then for the one in blue, it says the first number. So my first number is x plus twice the other number. Well, the other number is y. So plus twice y is 27. Interesting. You can use substitution. You can use elimination. I'm going to use substitution to start off. I'm going to do something different. Then I go back and show you how to use elimination. So I'm going to use substitution with this one. So here I'm going to solve for x. Let me write this down. So I'm going to add y to both sides. So I know x is equal to y plus 9. So I'm going to take this and substitute it here in the place of x. All right. So instead of x, I go with y plus 9 plus 2y equals to 27. So 3y plus 9 equals to 27. Solve the two-step. Subtract 9 from both sides. I don't have enough room in these little bitty spaces. So 3y equals to 18. And when I divide by 3, I get a y of 6. Now, since you know you have a y of 6, just plug that y in. You can plug it in anywhere. You can plug it in right here. I don't like the red on the red. I was trying to get purple. You can plug it in right here. Change that y to 6, or you can change this y to 6, or you can change that y to 6. Just find a y and change that y to 6. So I'm going to go with this one. All right, so it's going to be x equals to 6 plus 9, and 6 plus 9 is 15. So my two numbers are 15 and 6. And that's all you do. That is absolutely it. All right, pause the video and try number 4. All right, and this is what you should have for number 4, guys. If you add the two numbers, you're going to get 36. And this says twice the first number minus the second is 6 equals 6. Find the two numbers. So I'm going to let x be the first number I don't know. First number that's unknown, and then y let be the other number or the second unknown. You can put the other number, I don't care. But if I take these two and add them, it's going to equal to 36. And then this one says in blue, I'm going to go back and do it in blue. Twice the first number. So if the first number is x, twice x is 2x. Minus the second number. What the second number I don't know is y. It equals to 6. I'm definitely going to use elimination because these will cancel. So I end up, that's the understood one, with 3x equals to 42. Divide both sides by 3, and x is equal to 14. Yeah. And then you just go back and put the x of 14 in either one of those equations. I'll go with this one. Let's change x to 14. So we're going to have 2 times 14 minus y equals to 6. That's 28 minus y equals to 6. Subtract 28 from both sides. Now, you could have chosen the other equation, guys. So you get negative y equals to negative 22. But you don't want negative y. You want positive y. So you're going to divide by negative 1 or just change both sides to the opposites. So my two numbers are 14. Let me do it in a different color. My two numbers are 14 and 22. And that is all you do. And I could have used substitution on that. It just all depends on what you want to use. Totally up to you. You could have solved for an x or solved for a y. I really don't care what method you use. Now, if you're going to use graphing, more power to you, but I'll definitely win with these word problems, okay? And plus, you'll need to get graph paper. All right, let's take a look. Let me see, number 5. The sum of two numbers is 20. The difference between 3 times the first and twice the second is 40. I'm not going to work those because it's pretty much the same as 3 and 4. So I'm not going to work 5 or 6, guys. I got to skip around because like a total of 20 of these things, okay?